Are you waking up every single morning just exhausted? Hey, I'm Jen, and I found a gentle sleep training method, no cry it out, that taught my baby to sleep for 12 hours every single night. I tried every trick I could find online, but this one gentle method fixed our sleepless nights without any tears. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to help your baby sleep soundly and finally start feeling like a human again. When I first mentioned sleep training, I got hit by so much judgment. You're gonna let them just cry alone all night? And I thought my only options were years of exhaustion or becoming that parent. Turns out there's a middle ground. Let me show you how. With my first daughter, I had no maternity leave and went back to work when she was only 7 weeks old. And with my second daughter, well, I had a toddler to chase around all day, so I didn't have time to take a nap. I couldn't think straight, and I really just wasn't the mom that I wanted to be when I was feeling like I was just being dragged in the mud day after day. I'm sure you know what I mean. And every piece of advice was either just let them cry it out or just wait until they're older to put them on a schedule. It was so contradictory. And to be honest, none of that really worked for me. That's when I found the book 12 Hours by 12 Weeks. It gave me a step-by-step plan that was super gentle, worked for both my girls, that actually gave me time back in my day to feel like myself again. I was really drawn to this book by Susie Girardo. She has 5 kids of her own, and she included so many examples of not only how she sleep trained her 5 kids, but also so many clients over the years that have had success with this method. So here's the exact process that we used, and I know every single baby is different, so trust your instincts here. I will also link the book down below so you can check it out. Definitely add it to cart. You're going to be super happy that you did. And remember, this is not an overnight miracle. It does take time, consistency, practice, communication with your partner, but this method really works. The method follows a 4-step sequence that is very simple to follow. It includes feeding during the day, sleeping at night, sleeping during the day, and then feeding at night. Bedtime starts in the daytime. Did you know that? The method recommends feeding fewer times per day, but giving more ounces at each feeding so your baby is more full and therefore doesn't need to feed at night. Pretty smart. For an example, instead of giving Juliet 3 ounces 6 times a day, I give her 4.5 ounces 4 times a day, 4 hours in between each feeding. And on the schedule, we feed her at 7:30 a.m., 11:30 a.m., 3:30 p.m., and then again at 7 p.m. So she has enough time to eat, get ready for bed, and fall asleep by 7:30. This process actually helped her stay really full during the night because she was getting the amount of ounces that she needed during the day. Surprisingly, I let Juliet kind of lead the charge on this. I was shocked to see how she was just ready to start taking more ounces pretty quickly, much quicker than I originally would have thought. Having a good bedtime routine really is a signal that your baby needs to know that it's time to sleep. We sort of combine our bedtime routine between the 2 girls, so that includes brushing teeth, reading 2 books together as a family, getting in bed, turning on our sound machines, and then turning off the light and walking out while they're both still awake. The key here is just keeping the same routine so they know exactly what's going to come next, because it's the same thing that they follow every single day, and that it's going to end up in the same place, which is just in bed asleep. Once your baby is getting enough milk during the day, they really don't need to eat at night. But both of my girls really push their wake-up time during the night pretty quickly. So instead of waking up at 2, they pushed it to 3 and then 4. And then before we knew it, they were waking up when we wanted them to at the start of the 12-hour mark. If Juliet does wake up, I go in, I give her the pacifier. I try to calm her down for a couple minutes. I don't pick her up. I wait a couple minutes and then I follow the same routine. And it's so important to make sure that they are learning on their own to self-soothe. This way your baby will learn that it's okay to go back to sleep, and even if you're not there with them constantly, it's still okay. And I think this is the part that causes so much controversy when people talk about sleep training. I am going in every couple minutes to help soothe her, teach her that valuable skill versus just leaving her in her crib for a crazy amount of time for her to just cry all on her own. I am working on daytime naps with Juliet right now, and to be honest, it has been kind of a struggle. She really doesn't like to take naps longer than like 20 minutes before she starts waking up and fussing again. which has been very frustrating, but we're working on it. The method has daytime training come last in the process so that your baby can learn the other valuable skills first, including sleeping all the way through the night. But once training is done, your baby should be able to take a shorter nap in the morning with a longer nap in the afternoon. And just keep in mind, because your baby will be sleeping overnight, that means they do have shorter naps naturally because they're getting more sleep. For daytime naps though, I do follow the same process. So Juliet is starting to learn that what we do at nighttime is the same during the day and signals that it's time to sleep. So I do turn on the white noise machine, I put her in a sleep sack, make sure the room is nice and cool, comfortable, hold her and rock her for a couple minutes before putting her down in her crib to take a nap. Keep in mind that it's not always smooth and you will have setbacks while you're training your baby. Your baby will have a growth spurt and they'll be waking up more often, or they could get sick and need more contact soothing. That's totally natural and it's going to happen, of course. And you know your baby the best, so be sure to listen to their cues. This is a gradual change. Although you definitely would want to have your baby sleeping well tonight, it is going to take some time, communication, and commitment to get there. Having 2 kids, we've definitely learned to stagger their bedtimes. That has helped a lot. Juliet eats at 6:30 and goes down into bed at 7 o'clock, and she has about 30 minutes to kind of wind down and put herself to sleep. Normally it only takes about 5 minutes. Then we start Elora's routine at 7:15. Then we have about 45 minutes to read books, spend time together before she goes to bed at 8 o'clock and is asleep. Using sound machines has been a huge game changer for our night routine with the girls. I put one in each room and it helps to muffle noises for my toddler because she is the noisier one. And it also helps Juliet sleep because it does mimic what she heard while I was pregnant with her. If you don't have a sound machine, I absolutely think it's a standard. It will help your baby sleep so much better instantly. Now, both kids go to bed happy. They sleep all night, and my husband and I have some time back to ourselves in the evening to catch up, see how the other is doing, and most of the time we watch reruns of Lost. This method is proof that you don't have to sacrifice your sanity for your baby's tears. This gentle method can change your nights. If you take anything from this video, just know that you're not a bad parent if you choose to sleep train your baby, and you're not a bad parent if you do. If you enjoyed this video, I would love to have you back. Please consider subscribing to keep up with all of my gentle parenting hacks, and share your sleep stories down below in the comments. Let's help each other out. I know this is a really challenging part of being a parent, so just know that I'm here rooting for you and you got this.